Good morning. It is Thursday, October 16th. I'm Whitney Turner. Thanks for joining us for Catch Up Quick, WVLT's daily fastcast, airing 10:30 in the mornings, Mondays through Friday. Vanderbilt University Medical is now sounding the alarm on a new drug spreading across Tennessee that is 20 times worse than fentanyl. And the TBI says they're seeing no signs of it slowing down. The Tennessee Department of Health says 92 people have died from nitazene, with most being in Knox County. The CDC attributes that to our regional forensic center sending lab testing to the Drug Enforcement Agency. Nitazene is 20 times more powerful than fentanyl, making Narcan, a treatment to reverse the effects of an overdose, less effective in comparison.
An individual that experiences an overdose, if nitazene's present, it is an opioid, so naloxone will work. It may just take multiple doses.
Officials say the new drug is hard to spot on a traditional lab test. If someone dies from an overdose, you won't likely see nitazene on it. Metro Drug Coalition says it is possible there could be more deaths because of nitazene for this very reason. A former Tennessee football player and high school football coach, Herman J. Graham, is one of 3 people arrested in a prostitution sting in Nashville. Police say that as part of the sting, Graham attempted to meet an officer posing as a 16-year-old. He now faces 2 felony charges: patronizing prostitution with a minor and solicitation of a minor for aggravated statutory rape. The school he worked for sent in a statement that he was fired from his coaching position and suspended without pay from his teaching position. Graham was a running back for the Vols from 1993 to 96 before playing on multiple teams in the NFL. And Knoxville police tell us that the person who was hit and taken to the hospital is in critical condition. It happened around 7 o'clock this morning on North Broadway near Walker Boulevard. All lanes are back open, but KPD is still investigating. And new information about Monday night's car crash into a Powell home. A Knoxville teen is facing charges, accused of speeding up to 100 miles per hour before the crash. Police say 18-year-old Jaden Ingersoll told officers he was speeding, going around 100 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. It all happened on Fieldstone Farms Lane. After the car clipped a tree and hit the house, the speedometer was stuck at 60 miles an hour. Ingersoll is now charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and vandalism. And we're getting a new update from Middle Tennessee about the deadly explosion at Accurate Energetic Systems. 14 of the 16 people who died have now been positively identified through rapid DNA testing with the TBI. The Humphreys County Sheriff says he has spoken with the families of all 16 people. He says the investigation into what happened is still well underway, but the process has been slow because of how volatile and dangerous the site still is. The sheriff says investigators are working step by step through the scene to clear any explosive material that could still be dangerous. Knoxville Police Chief Paul Noel joined us live here in the studio on Wednesday and spoke with us about the explosion in Middle Tennessee. KPD recently took part in chemical spill training, and the chief says going through trainings like that are crucial to keeping people safe.
It kind of must show that you need to go through these drills to be ready for anything.
Yes, we need to. I mean, we saw not long ago, we had that dynamite incident that happened. We had to evacuate a large neighborhood, and then we had this incident in Middle Tennessee, so we need to be ready. So we work with all of our regional partners to make sure if something does happen, we're ready to respond appropriately.
The dynamite situation happened last October at CMC Recycling in West Knoxville. Homes and businesses were evacuated for almost 2 days. The government is still shut down, now entering day 16 with no signs of relief. The Senate is still deadlocked over health care. The Senate failed another vote yesterday, and the lives of federal workers could now be affected. Most only got a partial paycheck, and soon there won't be any paycheck at all. A federal judge partially blocked the Trump administration from firing federal employees, but 4,000 government workers have already gotten layoff notices. However, service members will be getting a paycheck this week after Pentagon funds were rearranged. The Senate is voting again today for the 10th time, but nothing is expected to change. The organization giving tens of thousands of Tennesseans free legal help every year. Legal Aid's biggest funding source comes from federal dollars through the Legal Services Corporation. The current version of the House's spending bill has a more than $250 million cut to the agency.
That's going to be absolutely devastating. That means a lot more people who will not get the help that they need and will go forward and ultimately face something like homelessness or a loss of safety. And you're talking about a 50% cut at the federal level for that. That is absolutely devastating and will mean a lot of working families, a lot of veterans, and a lot of survivors of domestic violence go without assistance.
And Legal Aid serves 26 counties in East Tennessee. They tell us a common misconception is you're always entitled to an attorney, but that's only when your case is facing jail time, not for cases like eviction or abuse.
Your First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Kyle Granger.
I hope you've been enjoying today so far. Was just reading up on an article today. Looks like an absolutely beautiful day and nice evening for some bird watching because so many birds are now flying south. They should be passing over Knoxville here over the next couple of days, so something to look forward to. Looking at downtown Knoxville, yep, hard to find that cloud in the sky, just as we've been talking about all morning long. 60 now in Crossville to 61 in Oak Ridge. Good afternoon to you in Dandridge at 63, as well as Whitesburg and Knoxville out by the airport. Your First Alert forecast today gets as well into the 70s by the time all is said and done. 75 Knoxville by 8 o'clock's time standings, 66. So back into the 60s through the early evening hours after being there this morning, warming up to 73, 75 in Knoxville to 76, Sevierville 71 in Hartford, 75 Lenoir City, Kingston 77 for Spring City, 73 Crossville to 72, Deer Lodge 70 for Oneida, Middlesboro checking in at 72 to Sneedville at 73, 74 Newport to 73, Gatlinburg, Townsend checking in at 75. Maybe you're going to grill out this evening. Let's see. Yeah, I was talking about barbecue grilled chicken tonight. That sounds like a good dinner plan for us. And at 8 o'clock tonight, when things come to a close, 65. That sunset tonight is at 6:59, which does get us back into that 6 o'clock time frame. So 50 waking up tomorrow morning. It is going to be cooler, so make sure you've got that jacket ready or at least some sleeves as you're running out to walk the dog or maybe grab the morning paper. From 56 at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, 78 full sunshine for part of the day, leading to some clouds into the afternoon. And that mixes in with it part of what will be with us for our Saturday. So your varsity all access Friday night, a few clouds passing us by, 69 to 65 degrees depending on where you are during kickoff for Friday night high school football. Of course, games come to a close and gets cooler as we head into Saturday morning. So let's talk about the weekend forecast. So in Alabama, we'll have some showers and storms close by. We could have lightning close enough to cause some delays. It's going to be warm down there, so plenty of energy to work with. We're looking at 80 for the start of the game, feeling like summer, 74 for post-game activities. Just pack the umbrella, the rain jacket if you're headed down for the game. If you're here, Sunday morning looks like our wettest time frame with widespread heavy rainfall, downpours, thunder, lightning. Not out of the question here at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're headed out the door for church. Make sure you're planning ahead for that. Might not be the best day to wear the Sunday best. And even at the lunchtime when you're getting done, you're going to need some boots and some galoshes to walk around and get into the restaurant. And if you're headed out to the Smokies, yep, going to be a wet day for a hike or walking around checking out things. Maybe a movie day, movie kind of afternoon in the house and indoors as we pull all of that away heading into our Monday. So rain with us at times for pretty much most of the day on Sunday. It does cool us down once we get past that front, back to around the low 70s to upper 60s for afternoon highs and overnight lows close to 50.
All right, Kyle, thanks so much. Well, you can now get money from the state to help you send your kids off to college. It's called the TIPS program. It's under the state's Tennessee Stars 529 program. Parents have to meet certain income levels and have kids 14 or younger. They can open an account with as little as $25. Then the state will match $4 for every dollar a parent deposits. Experts we spoke with say it's important to look at all the ways to get money, grants, scholarships, FAFSA, and investments like a 529 account.
But there needs to be money somewhere so that that student can get a good start and have some opportunities and options. And sometimes I'm meeting with parents that are interested in their child continuing in a marching band or continuing in a sport. And those dreams will die when you see the price tag of those colleges.
Parents have until June of next year to have the state match what they put in for the TIPS program. After that, parents can continue to make deposits. Friends and family can also gift money to the account to help parents out. And WVLT is proud to be your official station of the Vols. We are only a couple days away from the third Saturday in October. The 11th ranked Vols are taking on 6th ranked Alabama under the lights in Tuscaloosa. It's one that's been dominated by Alabama over the last 20 years. In fact, Tennessee's last win in Tuscaloosa came back in 2003, courtesy of Casey Clausen and an offense that put up 51 points in a 5-overtime win over the Tide. If the Vols are going to have success this time around, they'll need to control the trenches and continue running the ball. They're averaging just over 200 yards per game. Running backs coach Darrell Sims says they can get even better.
It's one of those deals we constantly talk about. I think they've gotten better as the season went along because early on you could see them kind of rushing a couple things and outrunning their blocks a little bit. But as the season went along, they've gotten really good and better at it. Still got to continue to work on that. That's just as a running back, naturally, sometimes you want to outrun your blocks. You got to understand you got to slow it down at times to allow things to be able to set up.
The UT backs are averaging over 5 yards a carry and will absolutely need that kind of effort come Saturday night. Kickoff in Tuscaloosa is at 7:30. So be sure to join us 2 hours before kickoff Saturday for Volunteer Game Day. VFL quarterback Heath Schuler, voice of the Vols Mike Keith, and Brittany Tarwater will break it all down for you. You'll hear an exclusive interview with cornerback Colton Hood, and Heath will take us through Saturday's game plan to beat the Tide. That's happening 5:30 on the Tennessee Valley Sports Network. And a lot of excitement for football this weekend, but basketball is soon going to be here. Both men and women tip off at the beginning of November. Both squads at SEC Media Days in Birmingham previewing the upcoming season. Our Riley Robinson is down there with them, and Riley spoke with men's head coach Rick Barnes if his team has an extra chip on their shoulders with a preseason ranking outside the top 15.
Well, I'm not big into rankings. I never have been. I think the football rankings this year prove the point that everybody should understand about it. And because I don't think any of us, if you deep down inside, we know what we really have until we start competing. But I like to think every game we go in, we have a chip on our shoulder. If not, we better find a way to create one because everybody we play certainly has the ability to beat you. And we got pretty much a whole new group that we're excited about. And some way, somehow, we'll create some of those chips on the shoulder.
Meanwhile, Kim Caldwell and the Lady Vols have sky-high expectations, entering the season ranked number 8 in the country. Coach Caldwell says her team has to stay focused to achieve their goals. The Lady Vols start the year with a big test, a road game against 9th-ranked North Carolina State, November 4th.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
We're highlighting historic facts leading up to our nation's 250th birthday. And on this date in 1923, Walt Disney and his brother Roy Disney founded a cartoon studio in Hollywood. You probably know it now as the Walt Disney Company. In 1928, the brothers introduced the world to Mickey Mouse, one of the most recognizable cartoons in the world. Disney has become one of the biggest companies, creating various movies, television shows, theme parks. Its parks around the globe welcome more than 140 million visitors every year. And for some families, a trip to Disney is a dream destination. Thank you for joining us. Remember, you can stay up to date on WVLT.tv, inside your WVLT News app, and on WVLT social media pages. We're going to be right back here with your top headlines at noon.